I was reading a verse in Psalm 16 this morning that says, I will keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. I noticed a couple things with this verse. The first being that David is constantly speaking affirmations over himself. He's speaking affirmations about who God is, who he is, and what he's going to do, like how he's going to orient himself. And he's constantly praying these over himself and keeping them in his mind. And I realize the power in this is that these affirmations can be used as a tool to rewire your brain and break negative thinking patterns that can cause you depression or doubt. The second thing that sticks out to me with that verse is keeping your eyes on the Lord. Keeping your eyes on the Lord is giving God your attention and your focus. But since our hearts and our minds aren't completely renewed and sanctified yet, although someone may be walking closer to Jesus and giving God their attention and their focus with their actions, the eyes of their heart may not be fully on him still. Like, even though you're keeping your eyes on the Lord with your actions, you may not be keeping your eyes on the Lord with your heart. So although you're taking steps closer to him, you still might end up sinking into depression and doubt. And when I say sink into depression and doubt, I'm referencing the story of Peter walking on the water out to Jesus. In that story, Peter is walking on the water. He's keeping his eyes on the Lord with his feet. He's going towards him, but he begins to take his eyes off the Lord and focuses on the waves. And the waves in that story are a symbol of doubt. So Peter, looking at the waves instead of Jesus, is a symbol of the believer who's taking steps closer to Jesus, who doesn't have the eyes of their heart on him. And then they begin to look at doubt, focus on doubt and depression, and then they go under. And what does Jesus say to Peter when he picks him up? Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt? So in our minds, when we're walking out to Jesus, when we're walking in faith, we can't be entertaining negative thinking patterns of doubt and depression, like, God isn't going to get me through this. This isn't going to work out. I'm never going to get this job. I'm never going to get out of debt. I'm never going to find the person God has for me. You can't be telling yourself that, especially if you're taking all the right steps towards those goals, towards the right direction, towards Jesus. So when we're walking in faith, the eyes of our hearts need to be on Jesus. Instead of saying things like that, we should be saying things like, God is going to get me through this. God is going to provide for me. God is going to make a way for me. Jesus is going to uphold me. His grace is with me. Jesus is my strength. He's my power. Like, I know who I am. Speak affirmations about yourself. Speak affirmations about who God is and what he's going to do for you. That's keeping your eyes on the Lord. That's the shield of faith that you can put up against the waves of doubt that are coming in. So yeah, I think that's how we should be acting, and that's how we should be orienting ourselves, keeping our eyes on the Lord, just like David. In Jesus' name, amen.